Win or go home.
Has it and will put up a three.
Now Miami is going to the NBA Finals. And Memorial Day weekend Miami style.
So Memorial Day is huge.
These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Kenya Cardone.
I'm Halwa Ezel. Today is Tuesday, May 30th, 2023.
Live from the FIU Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Pots and pans and happy fans as the Heat pull up to the finals. Had the Heat lost, it would have been the first time any team had dropped a 7-game series after being 3-0.
As the network's Brian Lopez reports, Miami instead became only the second number 8 seed to ever make it to the NBA Finals.
And they did not blink. The Heat are going to the NBA Finals.
No blinking for the Heat and long faces for Boston fans, as for the third time this series, they had to watch their team fall live and in person. A lot of Miami's three-point shots were dropping last night, but it's really the defense that clinched the series, holding Boston to just 84 points. But, says Eastern Conference Finals MVP Jimmy Butler, the job's not done.
I'm just confident. I know the work that we all put into it, so I know what we're capable of, but nobody's satisfied. We haven't done anything. We don't play just to win the Eastern Conference. We play to win the whole thing.
Next for the Heat is Denver, a team so good they swept LeBron James and the Lakers. Tough, but not unbeatable, says Jimmy.
Everybody's confidence is so high. We got belief that we can do something incredibly special. So we're going to hit the ground running when we get to Denver, and I like our chances.
After 3 straight losses, Miami was just 1 game away from blowing a 3-0 lead. For Coach Spoelstra, it's the kind of adversity that makes a team stronger.
The inevitable setbacks happen, and it's how you deal with that collectively. There's a lot of different ways that it can go. It can sap your spirit. It can take a team down for whatever reason. With this group, it's steeled us and made us closer, made us tougher.
Final score, Heat 103, Boston 84. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is Thursday night in Denver. I'm Brian Lopez, Kaplan News.
A joyful noise in the early morning hours today as fans gather at a handful of South Florida intersections and bang on pots and pans in what has become a playoff tradition for Miami Heat fans. Kaplan News reporter Jared Parker was at this intersection in Southwest Miami-Dade.
The Miami Heat just clinched their 7th final appearance in franchise history. Now you can see in Southwest Miami, the fans are going crazy.
Last night marked another year honoring Heat tradition as fans brought out their pots and pans to Bird Road and Southwest 87th Avenue to celebrate Miami's Eastern Conference Finals win. The Heat won a do-or-die Game 7 in Boston to become the second 8 seed in NBA history to reach the NBA Finals.
So to be honest, when the game started, I was like, bro, it's over. But then, the adrenaline kept going, and we're like, oh my God, we're gonna win, and we won, bro. We did it.
Miami nearly celebrated on Saturday, but Derek White's last-second game winner spoiled the fun. Fans were out celebrating past midnight into the early morning, and they were all excited for a chance to win the finals for the first time since 2013.
Really, if Jimmy Butler does his job at our bio, I think we could beat anybody.
With just 4 more wins, the Heat would bring a trophy back to Miami with an even bigger party to follow.
The Miami Heat will take on the Denver Nuggets June 1st in Denver. For Kaplan News, I'm Jared Parker.
9 people, including 4 minors, are among those injured this morning after an altercation on the beach. It was last night in Hollywood, and surveillance video from the city's beach camera shows the moment bystanders fled the scene as gunfire rang out. Police have detained 1 person of interest but are still searching for an additional suspect. All the victims, though, are in stable condition.
This morning, beachgoers are getting over quite the scare after a car plowed into the water this Memorial Day weekend. According to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office, the driver was speeding down the beach in Smyrna Dunes Park Saturday when she nearly hit several families, children and pets. The driver now faces charges for DUI and reckless driving.
Honoring heroes. Even though it's the unofficial start to summer, South Florida didn't forget to acknowledge the real meaning behind Memorial Day weekend. Kaplan News reporter Daniela Thoki reports from Miami Beach.
We're here in Ocean Drive today to kick off the Memorial Day weekend in South Florida to celebrate those who have honored and served in our country.
So Memorial Day is huge, especially now being in the service myself. I come from a family that has had many members within the military, Air Force, Army, Vietnam, so on and so forth. So it's nice to be able to be a part of that legacy and go and, pay my respects and commemorate to those who came before me, because no matter what branch, right, all those guys are the ones who kind of set the foundation for me to be here today.
Honestly, it's a really great day. The past few days have been kind of rainy, so to get great weather, it's been honestly really nice, and this is kind of a plus.
Yeah, I would say the same. The weather's great, and the air shows have been really cool. I've never seen one before, so it's really awesome to watch and kind of flex the military muscle, whether you like that or not. It's pretty cool.
So what the team and I are really excited to do is come down and talk to the people of Miami. They got plenty of questions about the opportunities and the possibilities of joining the Air Force. So it's super nice to come out here and just get to know the people of Miami.
Honestly, the plane's flying. I'm a radio operator by trade. I like setting up antennas and talking, but I do like hearing some danger zone and planes flying overhead.
Over thousands of people have come to Miami Beach to see the jets, the boats, and everything in between with remembrance in mind. Reporting from Kaplan News, my name is Daniela Thoki.
The Western Conference ends in a blowout on the road to the Stanley Cup.
That's still ahead, and so is this story. Real estate is on fire and southeastern markets are on top. We'll be back in just 2 minutes.
Really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes.
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by PantherTech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Florida has one of the hottest housing markets in the nation, and you'd be surprised to see where. Miami is not one of the top 5 for hot real estate markets, but you don't have to drive far to find one.
In fact, as Kaplan's Jillian Salvi Cruz reports, all 5 are in the southeast U.S.
The Southeast is now home to the top 5 hottest housing markets in the country, and experts say it's forecasted to remain strong in 2023.
Traditionally, areas like the West Coast and Northeast have dominated the market.
But now we're witnessing a significant surge of interest in the southeastern states.
It's definitely a buyer's market on Marco Island. We have 8 months of single-family inventory compared to around 2 to 3 weeks, which we had last year. A lot of this is attributable to the short-term rental ordinance that has passed on the island. The residents of Marco Island voted to enact a short-term rental ordinance that puts some restrictions and requirements on single-family homeowners who want to rent them via Airbnb or Vrbo for short-term, which means less than 30 days.
At the top, Gainesville, Georgia, followed by Knoxville, Tennessee, then Cape Coral to Fort Myers, Florida, Northport, Sarasota to Bradenton, and then the Charlotte, Concord, Gastonia, North Carolina, South Carolina area.
All of South Florida is very hot. It's a hot investors market as well as first-time buyers, whether it's in the west coast of Florida, where Fort Myers, Naples, Marco, or the east coast, up Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, Delray. It's just very hot. Investors are coming to South Florida by the thousands. First-time home buyers will do very well investing and coming to South Florida.
Affordability and employment opportunities are bringing so many families like Rebecca to these hotspots.
Super affordable, the neighborhoods are great, they have really good schools for the kids, and it's just so much less expensive than it is down in Miami, and it's just appalling.
The region's growing economy and employment opportunities have made it an attractive destination for individuals and families looking to relocate. Here just south of Fort Myers, I'm Jillian Savi-Cruz for Kaplan News.
Almost a week after they swept the Carolina Hurricanes, the Florida Panthers know who they are playing in the NHL Finals, the Vegas Golden Knights. The Knights were competing with the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Finals and were up 3-0. But that was not for long when the Stars made their way back up, winning games 4 and 5. The Knights solidified the Western Conference, completely shutting out the Stars in Game 6, and the final score was Golden Knights 6, Stars 0. The Golden Knights will play the Florida Panthers on Saturday, June 3rd at 8 p.m. You're watching Kaplan News, and we're coming right back.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles, watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward. Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences can make us stronger.
Well, that's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Halwa Ezel.
And I'm Kenya Cardone. Get more news anytime at kaplannews.fiu.edu.